Welcome back to the third and final part of the tutorial for Everblooms hat pattern. So the last time that we left off, we were supposed to be working from rows 8 through 22, and what we were doing is we were making 2 half double crochets in the center space of the previous 2 half double crochets of the previous rows, right? So if you did that, you should have something kind of like looking like a V pattern. So I finished mine. I'm on row 22. Okay, and row 22 is worked on the wrong side of the beanie. So here we are, this is the wrong side. So we were working in this way, this direction. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that slip stitch to join. Okay, and we're gonna turn our work. So we're gonna do chain 2. And now row 23 is gonna be the exact same thing as we've been doing, where we're gonna go ahead and chain 2. We're gonna do 2 half double crochets in the center space of the 2 half double crochets of row 22, and we're going to keep doing that in every single section. Moving on, here's my next 2. I'm going to go in the middle and make 1 half double crochet, go back in there and make that second half double crochet. This same right here, 1 half double crochet and work another. So again, in every pair of half double crochets we have, we're going to go and separate them, meaning we're going to go in between the 2 half double crochets, insert our hook, and create 2 more half double crochets. Okay, so when I get done with this round 23, I will come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so here I am at the end of row 23. Okay, we're going to do the same thing that we've been doing. We're going to slip stitch to join into that first half double crochet, not the chain 2. So we're going to slip stitch to join here. And normally we would turn our work, right? So we would turn it and we would work back this way. We're not doing this. We're on round 23. Round 23 says just slip stitch to join and do not turn. Okay? So round 24, all we're going to do is chain 1. And we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So if the body of the beanie, this is all we're doing, is 1 single crochet all the way around. Okay, but I did want to go into some special instructions here. So say for example, the last yarn that I worked, I was only able to go through 22 rounds, because if I would have kept going all the way to the 24th round, the beanie was going to be covering way past my eyes. Okay, so I went ahead and I stopped at round 22. Okay, so this would have been my round 22 right here. I'm sorry, I stopped at round 21. Let me see, let me count. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. 21 is my single crochet round. So I stopped at round 19. Okay, so again, if it's too long, the body of the beanie, you can shorten it. The only thing that you would need to do is to make sure that since I stopped on row 19, here's 19, 20, and 21. So row 19 would have been my round 22. Okay, and so then I turned my work. So when I worked row 19, it was on the wrong side. So when I slip stitched to join, I turned my work, and therefore my round 20 was on the right side. Okay, so round 20 would have been my round 23 of the pattern. Okay, and then I would, after we finished round 23, we would not do a turn after we did that slip stitch to join, and then we would start with the single crochets. So just keep that in mind. Whatever round you stop on, make sure that it's going to be on the right side. Round 23 has to be the right side, so that way you do not turn, and then you make the single crochets for round 24. Okay, again, I had to make this one smaller because it was going to go way beyond my eyes. So I did stop at row 19, 20, and 21. Okay? Same thing if you needed to make it bigger. You can do that by adding more rows, more repeat rows of this stitch right here. Okay? Again, when you stop working on round 23, you have to be, round 23 must be on the right side. So that way you can work the single crochets at the edge. So say for instance, you went all the way to around 26. Okay, so this would be 27, 28, 27, 26, and 25. So 25 would be round 22 of the pattern. 26 would be round 23 of the pattern. And then round 27 would be round 24 of the pattern. Okay, again, just make sure you're working that last stitch on the right side of your pattern. Okay, so going forward, I'm going to go ahead and finish out these single crochets for my last round here, and I will come back and meet you guys so that way we can finish it off and we'll be done with this tutorial. So I am down to the last 2 stitches of my round 24. So I'm just going to do those last 2 single crochets. Okay, I'm going to slip stitch to join to that first half double crochet, slip stitch to join, and I'm going to pull my yarn up and then I'm going to cut it. You want to leave a good little length of your tail. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the invisible join. You're going to thread your yarn needle. Okay, and you're going to skip this stitch here. Okay, this is, you see how the yarn is coming out from there? Okay, you're going to skip this stitch here and you're going to work in the next stitch over. All you're going to do is take your yarn needle with your yarn, go under both the front and the back loops just like that, and pull your yarn through. You want this piece right here to be just as long as one of these stitches, okay, because we're going to hide our finishing. So we're just about there. And if you look here, the yarn is coming out from here, right? So you're going to go right back in there and just go under those loops. See how I'm just catching all those 3 loops? And you're going to go ahead and pull it through. Don't pull it too tight because you want it to look just like one of your stitches. After we do that, you can turn your work so you're working on the inside. And go ahead and just thread it through any of these little back loops you have back here, because this is the inside of your beanie. You don't want it to show in the front, okay? You just want to catch the back side of these stitches. Pull your yarn through. Okay, again, it still looks like a stitch, right? So now I'm just going to make a little knot just to fasten it. Okay, there's my knot. And then I'm just going to continue to weave my end into my stitches. There we go. And then we just snip. And we have completed our Everblooms hat pattern, a design by Oombawka Design Crochet. Go check out her pattern, okay? You should be able to follow along with her written instructions because I did it just as she did on her pattern. I wish you luck and thank you for watching.